everyone, welcome once again to VE3INC in the lab. I'm your host Tamara. It's a pleasure to be here once again to interview another young, gifted, talented and brilliant queen. Spoken word poetess hails all the way from Georgia and she's here in the 876 to represent with us. So let's give a warm welcome to Asia Saint Rowe. Hey Asia, what's up?
Nothing much.
Yes.
Nothing much.
How are you enjoying, our beautiful island?
I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it very well. Got the heat, major heat.
Yes, it is.
But other than that, it's been really beautiful. Just been going up and down the town and stuff with my dad, and
you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
So, have you had any jerk chicken?
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
I have, but the last one I had, it came to me raw.
Well, let me tell you, that person wasn't Jamaican, okay? That was an imposter, okay? An imposter tried to make jerk chicken and gave it to you. All right?
Well, okay.
It's an imposter. So guys, let me tell you, if you want the best jerk chicken, I think the best place to go is Red Hills Road, alright? Full stop right here. Red Hills Road. Good.
Okay.
Right. Alright then. Alright, so we're just gonna jump right into the interview, So who is Asia Saint Rowe?
Asia Saint Rowe is an all-around creative artist.
So you don't put yourself in a box?
Yeah, I don't like putting myself in a box sometimes because when just basically when people see you just do one thing or know you as one thing, they tend to keep you at that one thing.
Exactly. And if you try to go into any other field,
it's just like, oh, why are you doing that now?
Exactly.
And all this other stuff. And I'm just like, because I just want to.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good. All right, so give us like a brief, history, of like, childhood, coming all the way into, the woman, that you are now.
Yeah. As in terms of like getting closer to what I've been doing.
Well, in terms of like where did you grow up, and where you are now, all of that, and the transition.
Yeah. I was born in Patterson, New Jersey, where still have a lot of family reside in Jersey. Then my dad, he was military. My dad was born and raised here in Jamaica, but he came to the States, went to the military, and we basically traveled through different states and ended up in Georgia after. Georgia is where I would say I really started to dabble more with my creative side. Actually high school in general was where I started dabbling more in my creative side. Went back and forth between a couple other states and then landed back in Georgia.
Right. All right, no. So I noticed that it's Asia Saint Rowe. Good. So it seems like your government name, or is it someone?
My middle name is actually Deshana.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I used to go by Asia Day. So I shortened Deshana and went by Asia Day.
Okay.
Because I used to love to, I like to watch a lot of old movies. And there was the actress, what's her name, Andrea Day?
So you was kind of challenging.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
That's where I got that inspiration from. But then I changed it because I was like, Asia Day, I don't know. I just was feeling like a change.
And this is where it comes in again, you don't put yourself in
a box.
Good, so it is okay for you, to keep on changing because, everybody evolves, we don't stay, one way.
One way,
right?
Yeah. So I think this was actually, I changed my name probably 2015, I think, or 2016. No, actually probably later than that. I got Saint basically because I tend to have a couple of people basically say like, oh, Asia, because of the way I talk.
Okay.
A lot of people kind of think of me as like a really saint.
So wait, so are you a saint per se, or are you, you know, a saint? Exactly. I mean,
everyone sins a little bit, but
all saints are sinners.
Yes. But am I like a bona fide saint? I can be.
You can always be the fifth, you know.
Yeah, I could be I can be more of a saint than the next person.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. That's good. Like I said, do not put yourself in a box. Okay? All right, good. All right, so give me 5 words that describe who Asia.
5 words.
Yeah.
Are artistic,
Right.
Brilliant, unique. That's 3, right? A free spirit, and just
Just off the top of your head.
dramatic.
All right, guys. I wasn't expecting that, but all right then. Okay, all right.
That's the first thing that came to my head. That's not good.
Wait. All right. So, are you dramatic?
You've met my father. I come from
Trust me. Guys, listen. Dramatic. Okay, emphasis on that word. All right.
It runs in the family.
Yes. All right.
It runs in the family. Runs deep.
All right. No. So, what poetry writers or performers, you know, inspire you?
Basically, actually, one of the ones just said in there was Muta Baruka,
right?
and Maya Angelou,
right?
And
excellent.
Also, there's 2 other that's of close to like my age. Jasmine Mans, she hails out of also Jersey, and Raina Biddy.
Okay.
And stuff. So those 4 is honestly people that I've
aspire to become. But it's okay for them, you know, to be the best, you know, that they are. But for you to aspire to be like them, or is it that you know you want to aspire to be as good as them? More
so like not to be like them, because you can never be like you are your
and
own
once
person.
Again, you know, because you said, you know, you're unique, you know, so you wouldn't want to, you know,
be
so,
yeah. And
we have to clear that up, you know, 'cause, you know, a lot of persons, you don't want to be like, no, you don't want to be like you.
Yeah,
you're aspiring to become, you know,
like more so like the impact that they've made on even just like to see that they inspired me, like just to realize that I can use my thoughts as a way of art and stuff like that, and just to like honestly, it's nice to know that, like I said, my thoughts can be such a basically powerful force.
It is,
and I guess I like the fact of like knowing that power, those powers can basically use to inspire others or get other people through certain situations and such. Like I just had a friend tell me the other day that they listened to my EP for the first time and they were moved by everything that I said and stuff, and they you know, it brought up stuff that they never talked about with anybody else.
Persons, you know, can relate to it, you know, and understand that, hey, I am not the only one who's going through this, you know, so that's really good. All right, so did you write poetry as a child?
I started writing poetry. I started writing in high school, but I started really. My first actual poem that I read for somebody was actually in college.
All right.
Yeah.
So All right, so
I wrote a poem about a guy.
all right, so you got inspiration, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I was inspired by a guy, and
Wait, so is it okay to put you on the spot? You know, to kind of give us even the opening line of that, poem, if you remember.
If I remember.
Because it must have been something spectacular, I mean.
It was called like 6 weeks. It was called six. I knew it was called.
All right,
6
so this
weeks.
is getting interesting.
I don't remember it really.
All right, guys. So the next time when Asia comes back, for an interview, she's gonna give us 6 weeks.
I do have it in my poem book back home, but yeah, I don't remember it by heart.
All right, so like I said, we're gonna get that 6 weeks, okay? Because you guys want to know, I want to know too. All right, all right. So So how did you get started? As a professional spoken word poetess.
I think actually where I really felt like I started was when I moved to Delaware, and my cousin had a friend that was also into spoken word and poetry, and he invited me out to an open mic night stuff, and so that was where I first got the taste of basically doing just open mic and performing my poems.
Right, so what was the, what was how receptive, was the audience?
It was like a mixture of people that I wouldn't even have expected to even vibe to what I was saying. And it was definitely they were very welcoming, and they took to the poem and they were just taken aback by my poem.
And that's what I realized now, is that persons who kind of tend to lean to poetry, they're kind of open-minded and more receptive versus persons who listen to music. It's like, but yeah, I would understand with that. All right, so do you find writing poetry to be easy, or do you kind of tend to get a lot of a writer's block?
It depends. So it's easy for me when I'm in the moment, when something happened, or when I'm filled with so much emotion or so.
Yeah.
But then when someone wants me to write something for them, I get a writer's block, because it's I'm now trying to feel your emotions instead of mine.
Yes. I understand. It's not really selfish. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I understand.
And it takes me a little longer than I would like, but
you don't procrastinate, right? And you get it done.
Well, it depends. If I have to come back to it so I can feel it, maybe I won't feel it now, but 2 days from now I can feel it. Yeah, and stuff. So it depends. It just depends on the topic and what I'm writing for.
So let's go in now to the EP, right? So I know that you released the EP recently. It's called You Probably Think This Poem Is About You. Now, I think there is some shade into that title, so I am going to ask now, what made you come up with this title?
Well, because again, inspired by a few guys.
Alright. So that's where the inspiration is coming from.
And I didn't even put the gritty stuff on there. So
it just barely touched the surface.
Yeah, I do want to come out with a part 2 down the line. But yeah, it was just inspired by life moments that has happened, and I was at first I was battling with titles. At first I was going to say thoughts of a lost poet, which I may use down the line, so don't take that.
Exactly. Copyright. Do not. Okay. All right.
That I thought I was going to just name it Asia and all that, but then I was it was so funny because I've had guys actually, when I've posted my poems on Instagram,
thinking that it was
about them.
So, oh my goodness. typical men, it's not always about you guys, okay?
And it wouldn't be in the poem that they thought was about them, wouldn't be about
exactly.
them. But the poem that they didn't think that was about them was about them. Yeah, so it's funny. So that's why I was like, you probably think this poem
guys,
is about you.
No, you need to go on. It's available for streaming, and she's going to tell you.
On iTunes, Spotify, Google Play,
tell
all
a
of them.
friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mama, okay?
And their
Get
aunties
that.
and their cousins.
Exactly. Everybody in the family, okay? This, guys, remember, she said that her dad was prior military, and he was in the Navy.
Yeah.
So, that Navy, they're sailors.
Yeah.
So, now, is this poem about dad?
No. No.
Because when I was like, oh, the drunken sailor, and I was wondering, okay, all right. So, disclaimer, guys, it is not about. Okay?
Well,
all right, then, good.
No, it's not about him at all.
All right, that's awesome.
It's
So, is this, all right, so,
this
yeah, is
okay,
the character of, or no, is the person, that is intended for this poem, is that person, like fantasy or real life?
they're real life.
Real life.
They're real life.
God, trust me, you said some stuff, guys. She said something. You need to stream it, all right? Stream it. Pause the video, go and stream it, and check out. All of them is good, but listen to the drunken sailor, all right? Yeah.
So that one, I wrote about this. I actually wrote about that person probably like 3 times. Interesting.
It is.
It was a situation.
My goodness.
It was a situation, and it was like one of those situations where you wished it went into more, but it didn't.
Right.
But the person, I got to know this person in many ways, and all of when you listen to it, even when this person listens to it, they know that it's about them because it's so specific.
So there is no question about it, all right? You know yourself and you know what you did, all right? Yes. Oh, wow. Yes. All right, guys. All right, so that's enough. So we're moving on. All right, so do you have, a favorite, of the EP?
My favorite off the EP would have, I would have to say, that's a toughie.
I mean, is you write all of them, so more than
Yeah.
likely, she's gonna like all, right? So we're not gonna put you on the spot. All right,
Yeah.
so we say that all of them, okay? All right, now, so how did you, go about choosing, the musical track, behind each poem?
Because I'm not truly fast paced with my poems.
Right.
I like low tempo. I like
It's like a ballad, and
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah, I want people to really be able to hear what I'm saying and actually feel it.
Exactly,
and
that's
stuff.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
everything that you said, I could feel the emotion. It was like raw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I was
It
going
was
for.
raw.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so is there any poem that you wrote specifically for that EP? That you kind of scrap and say, I'm not gonna put it on there.
That I haven't put on there. Yeah, there was one called X that I didn't put up there. Actually, that's one I want to re-record too. But the intro to that, I actually used the voice recorded from the guy that I was talking to in the beginning.
So then he would know that it is about him.
Yeah, he'll know that it's about him. But
So, all right. So is it okay to put it on the spot if it's even to give us 3 lines of that? Or open or something
for X.
X.
Okay.
Come on, guys. She's not shy.
Yeah,
Right?
I
Remember the 5 words that she gave us, Shy was not in there.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
I'm that way once you get to know me. Okay. What it was? How did it go? Actually, darn, my phone's dead. Okay. I'm trying to remember it right now. I write a lot of my poems, I would say, but I have yet to truly memorize a lot of them.
All right.
Off the top of the dome,
Claim it.
which isn't bad, but it's not that good neither. But I'm the original writer of all my stuff.
Everything, copyright and everything.
Yes.
Guys,
No
do
one-
not steal anything. We will
Yes.
be coming for you. All right? Yes.
Yes. Give us that money.
Yes. All right. No. So who did you collaborate with? Any musicians, any other, poets?
Yes. So far, I've collaborated with a couple of people. So far, I got the chance to collaborate with a couple of friends who also are artists. Their names Camille Jones, Sunset Trey, This My Jam.
Yeah.
A few a painter, Jillian Williams.
I saw her work.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's
Awesome.
actually one of my best persons to collaborate with. My sister, about to working on collaboration right now with the great Sanji. He's did something really terrific earlier.
Yes. Guys, I was there. I experienced it. Trust me. Yeah.
Like that was beautiful what I saw. Yeah, I wanna. There's that's all so far, but more to come. More to come.
Remember, guys, she's not in a box, right? So she will always have stuff, coming, right? So just stay tuned and look forward to it, okay? All right, now, so do you have any hidden talents?
Like, as in...
hidden as in, can you split? I mean...
I can't do a split.
Split, guys. Or do you have any strong knees? I know that strong knees are trending right now.
The strong knees!
Yes. Listen, I am not ashamed to say that, I am not a part of that fraternity or that sorority, I should say.
I have strong knees when I have a few drinks on me.
Yes. I mean, okay. All right, guys. Yes.
When I take a few back, a couple, I have some strong.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now, so, do you have any plans, on working with any established artists? And who and why?
I have, I want to work with a few people, including who we talked about earlier, Muta Baruka.
Muta, right?
Yes, I want to work with him because of just how himself that he is. Like, he's just 100%.
Trust me, he is
himself.
He is
And
100. And I would really appreciate seeing you up on stage with him in the near future. Both of you guys barefooted. That would be awesome. Awesome.
And I love being barefoot too, honestly. So it's,
I think it connects you to the earth.
It does.
It does.
It's just when you can trust the ground that you walk on and stuff, you just have like kind of no fear a little bit. Again, with the other poets that I spoke of, when it comes to musical, I would. I said I always wanted to work with SZA because her last name is Rowe. Okay. So she's from Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Her name's Solange.
And you normally live in Jersey?
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Connection, guys. Connection.
Yeah, I want to work with her. I always wanted to work with Chronix. Like, that would be a dream of mine.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a lot of people, honestly. I think those are my top, but yeah, there's a lot of people I would love to work with.
All right, awesome. Okay, now, so we're gonna kind of go into the topic of social media. Social media kind of plays, a huge part right now. So, like for upcoming artists, do you think it's a pro or a con? You know, with social media right now. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I have a love-hate with social media.
Yes,
I use it a
makes
lot.
you and it breaks you.
It does.
Yes.
I find myself having to take a break from it a lot because I do get so overwhelmed with it.
Yes.
And I'm very guilty of using the heck out of it too at the same time. But
Guys, it's a love hate, alright? Yeah.
But I wish I was talking to my sister about this, that I wish both my sisters really don't like social media that much. Yeah. But we would wish that, you know, how like back then where you really just networking and stuff behind the scenes still got you to where you wanted to be. But now without social media, it's like, okay, even though you see that I can do this and that, you know, it still isn't enough. You want to see that I have like 11,000 followers.
Exactly. And that is the thing. That is the thing. A lot of persons kind of have this perspective that, oh, you know, if I have like 1,000 followers, you know, I'm going to be famous. It doesn't work like that, guys. It does not. I've seen persons like with like 10,000 followers, and they maybe have about 5 likes, and I'm like, how
the ratio doesn't add up.
It doesn't match.
And then I know some people who have all those likes and follows, but when it comes to their actual work, they don't have that support for their actual work. So I'm just like, what's the point of having all that when I'm still not getting the support for my work or whatever and stuff. I feel like if I'm just consistent with what I'm doing and I show you my craft, that right there should speak volumes
and
itself.
Person kind of miss, you know, the whole aspect of social media. Yes, it is there for you to put stuff out, but it all depends. You don't really want it to be too personal.
No.
You know, especially if it is a business.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
one thing
Put your product out there, you know, promote it and all of that. But when I see persons coming on there, they're crying and all of them stuff, you know, it's I can't see myself. You have done that?
Well, no, I've never been up there crying.
Okay.
But I've done.
Give us your experience. Guys, you want to know and I want to know. All right, it's an interview and we want to know, right? So, yeah.
I've definitely had my ups and downs
on there on your story
media.
Or is it a live?
I'm barely on live. I do need to do live more, but it's been on my story, on my Instagram post, on my Twitter.
So you're up there, you know, like pouring your heart out.
I'm guilty of doing stuff like that.
Wait. So do you regret anything? Because I always try to wonder if, you know, like after, you know, like you go back and you look and you're like, oh my God, you know, did I really do that?
No, I've had one that people don't seem to let me live down.
Yeah?
It's about the when I was in college.
Yeah?
Actually, people tend to remind me of
about
that.
it.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, she has learned from her past mistakes.
I didn't learn after that though, but I learned now though. I really learned now.
Alright.
I learned
so she
now.
maybe didn't learn the first time, the second time, maybe the third.
Fourth,
so,
fifth.
you know, right. Good. But she learned now.
Yeah.
We will ensure that she's not on there pouring her heart out once again, you know.
Unless it's not in a poem.
Exactly.
No.
That is it. So she found a new way, you know, to express herself, and that is through poetry. You won't see her on live pouring her heart out, you know, with tears rolling down. Good. So we forgive you for that, Asia. Okay. All right. Yeah. We forgive you for that.
Oh gosh! Wow.
Alright, so how is the spoken word industry as opposed to the music industry? Is it easy, you know, to break out into the world of poetry?
I feel like it's definitely. I definitely feel it depends, because if I was just focused on like writing a book, a poetry book, then that may be a different ballpark, which I do want to do
in the near future. That's awesome.
But when it comes to spoken word and adding extra music to it and trying to break out with that, I would definitely say it's a little bit more difficult because there are a lot who have done it, but at the same time it's still like a few, if it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Compared to what people love to truly listen to on a daily basis and stuff. So like nobody's really just wanting, like I haven't met a lot of people who will want to just kind of vibe out to a spoken word album.
And one other thing, you know, that I really admire and I love about your work is that the music in the background is like, your words are like so potent, but the music there also, you know, it kind of brings across, you know, the message
together.
Yes, it does. Trust me, it does. Guys, once again, stream. You
probably think this poem is about you, and then Drunken Sailors is separate.
Yes. Yes.
And then there's more to come, but yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all that.
Exactly. Promotion. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell an auntie, to tell her, all that.
Yes. All right. So, what advice, you know, would you give to anyone who wants to venture into, you know, poetry?
Don't listen to the naysayers, because that's one of the bigger. Yeah, that's how
a next kind of social media. You put your stuff out there with confidence, and then they kind of tear you down.
Yeah,
and then you're just like, oh, you know, and then now you maybe want to go on live and onto your story and shed some tears. Guys, don't do it. Put it into your work.
Yeah,
pour it out in your work.
Pour it in your work.
And then
that's where and then also like with that is that, because like I do spoken word, I'll get a lot of people who will want me to be a rapper, and which I mean I do want to dabble into, but right now I'm more so focused on just perfecting my craft.
And that's it. You can't, you know, it's like you have a lot of persons. It's like, you know, you're focused, and then you have them there, hey, come over here, you know, and that kind of take you off your path.
Yeah.
You know, and their path is not necessarily yours.
The right,
you know, so,
not saying it's not the right path, but it's not the right path for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, now, so how do you relax, you know, when you're not writing? What do you do in the spare time? Are you the club type? Do you just go out and have, you know, dinners? Do you just chill at home?
Not the club type. I mean, like, I'm not majorly club, but more so just enjoyment of, like, friends and family, going out and stuff. Being in nature, I like being in nature a lot. And just traveling, exploring,
and that's the next thing, you know, I wanted to ask you about, right? Because you know, it didn't come out in the interview, and I wanted it to come out, and it's not too late. So you said traveling, right? So you are an hair hostess. Good, right? So how is that experience like? Guys, you see, she's a career woman, you know. Good, guys, this is wife material, you know. All right, yeah. If you want, yeah, exactly. So speak to your future husband. Wife material, guys. Come on. You know, she doesn't just direct and create and write poetry, you know, but she's also there, you know. Come on, you know, in the sky.
In the sky.
Yeah. Right. So how has that been? You know, how has the experience been? And where have you been?
It's been pretty good. It's been different, something completely different. It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I'm a person who I like change a lot, so
we
that
noticed that, guys. Yeah.
I like change, so that kind of gives me my change when, you know, when I know I can't change something else. But it's been really good. It
kind of keeps you balanced.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So, are you introvert, extrovert, or ambivert?
Okay. So, I usually feel like I'm an introvert. But I guess lately I've been feeling maybe I'm
Ambi.
Yeah.
Like both.
Yeah, it depends. Like I notice, like for work, I can cut on a little bit, cut on, cut off, type thing sometimes. But for the most part, when it's truly like intimate settings or like personal settings,
right?
Yeah,
and that is when you get all colorful.
No, I'm more.
You're more like reserved.
Yeah, like when we meeting you for the first time, introverted. Like I'm an introvert.
Guys, so far, I have to disagree.
What?
I mean, I met her, and it was like I've known you a long time. No, honestly, and. I mean, you're a Pisces, and Pisces are kind of in their own little world. My sister is also a Pisces, right? So I am a Sagittarius. I am an out here type of person.
Yeah.
So I think maybe because of my personality, kind of like, all right, But I don't know her being an introvert. All right, guys. So
yeah. So my best friend, she would say that because I always used to say that I'm shy and introverted. My best friend will argue me all day and say, "You're not shy, Asia. Maybe introvert, but you're not shy."
Right?
But I do feel like I'm introverted. I guess. But then when it comes to, it's so crazy. Like when it comes to like this, like a personal setting, I'm more introverted. But when it comes to being out, like partying or something,
social, right?
I can become a social person. It's weird.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have like a quick social battery depleting.
so you need a little time to recharge.
Yeah.
I mean, we all need that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is important. I have my time, and I will talk a lot, and then the next time.
I just
need
hear a peak.
Exactly. I just need my time. I'm not ignoring you or anything. I just need some time to kind of pour back into myself. Yeah, and then I will be ready again. For you. So that's how it is. All right, so what's your fashion sense like? Because I know guys, follow her on Instagram, Asia Saint Rowe. All right. But trust me. I mean. Tell us about your fashion sense. I won't be the one saying anything. Tell us about it.
I've always been inspired by so many people in my family with my fashion. Right now, my fashion isn't where I want it to be right now because I've been focused on putting my money towards other things.
Becoming an adult.
But like my fashion sense has always been coming from I've seen pictures and videos of my parents when they were younger, and they were
in
stylish
the 80s
in the 80s.
Stuff, right?
Yeah. So our grandfather, who was a tailor here and stuff, and seeing his work, and that inspired me. And then I've had my cousin Shalonda, Jody, that always, my aunt Colleen, that just always inspired me as well when it came to fashion. Yeah.
So you don't put yourself in a box. Because I was gonna ask you, do you like jeans, or are you, dress and all of those type of stuff?
See, I used to like do the whole for like one period for like a couple of months. I will only dress very 70s, and then in a couple other months I would dress like I'm from the 40s, 50s, and then I stopped doing that because I realized that today I feel 70s.
Constant, always changing, evolving.
So guys, we've come to the end of another episode of VE3's Layers in the Lab. Be sure to follow our special guest on all social platforms at Asia Saint Rowe and the poet Asia Saint Rowe. And remember to download our EP. You'll probably think this poem is about you. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
See, it's crazy. Actually, wait, nah. See, it's funny. Niggas who counted me out calling my ass honey. You won't catch me offset trapping me for clout. Got this Cartier beat up my money. I'm super fly. I rain inspiration just to see my niggas sprout. Exes in Philly telling me I always made things sunny, but see, they didn't see the vision, all they did was doubt. It's 4 for 4, I'm chosen. Ain't nothing about this shit funny. And with that, I'm out.